Good afternoon, Michael. Thanks so much for taking the time out to get involved in this week's Business Owner Spotlight. Go ahead and introduce yourself and let everybody know what it is you do.
Okay. Hi, everybody. My name is Michael Hedley, and I'm owner of NI Chauffeurs in Belfast, Northern Ireland. We are a premium upmarket chauffeurs who mainly target the corporate industry in Belfast and anyone coming into Northern Ireland. That's even flying into Dublin and bringing them up to Belfast for meetings and anything else to the hotels.
Excellent. And who would be your ideal customer? Obviously, a lot of people will come into Northern Ireland. Who is it you mentioned the corporate side of things there. Is there a specific industry, or do you tie up with any other providers like airlines or shipping? Like that?
We're mainly found on the web, and it's we're associated with a couple of commerces like the NI Commerce, the Chamber of Commerce there, and Visit Belfast, and all those corporate that gives us entitlement to it, So.
And is it
that didn't go down too well.
Is it the sort of thing when you pick somebody up, and you mentioned them coming up from Dublin, then really what you're selling is not just traveling in luxury, but arriving fresh and able to do your business. Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah, all chauffeurs meet and greet you at the airport, put you into the vehicle, provide fresh water and USB cables, so it's an office on the go mainly.
Sure.
When you go from Dublin to Belfast, you've got that hour and a half of communicating with your business partners while you're traveling up to Belfast, and vice versa from Belfast back down to Dublin. All cars are supplied with the USB cables and fresh water, so it's actually a mobile office on the go.
Fantastic. And how long have you been involved with the business, Michael?
Well, it's a bit of a stigma when you've got taxing. It shows you more or less the ropes of your customer clientele, the Joe public and stuff like that there. And you sort of get streetwise to that, and then when you upgrade yourself to a chauffeur, executive driver, corporate driver, you have to wear the suit and the tie, and your laptop is always with you, and you're always then put through the ropes of meet and greet and your protocol of becoming a professional chauffeur.
Sure. And how long, how have you seen the industry change over the last, number of years? I'm sure it's a different job to do in Northern Ireland now than it was maybe 10 years ago.
10 years ago, there was maybe only 2 or 3 chauffeurs. Now there's probably 15, and COVID hit everybody hard, not just NI chauffeurs, but hit everybody across the board. And taxing on the executive work really dried up. And it's really, the proof is in the pudding. If you're good enough to substand COVID and bounce back the way we've bounced back with the drivers that we've got now on board, and the drivers are a credit to NI chauffeurs, and they're hardworking, and it's testing times, but hopefully we've turned the corner now, to be honest.
Yeah, you mentioned COVID was a particularly tough time for everybody, in some industries more than other, and that sort of resilience you've had to show. I mean, COVID aside, what other sort of obstacles have you had to overcome that you've had to be resilient to?
Well, self-maintained. Word spreads about. If you're good at your job, you'll get referrals and you'll get more work. And just gradually, this last 2 years, we've really excelled ourselves in the market. We've been pushing the name out there, and we're getting a lot of response back. We've actually got a couple more new business partners on board with us in 23, and we're over the moon with that. And NI chauffeurs and the drivers that's involved with them are actually moving down the right road for a change.
Brilliant. And you've mentioned a couple of times there the drivers and essentially your team. Then, so how do you attract the best people?
We ask about, Number one, we prefer you to have a black vehicle because it's a black vehicle service that we provide. Silver is also included. We have Mercedes E-Class for the business clientele, and then we have Mercedes S-Class also for the business clientele and first class VIP clients. Then we have the Mercedes V-Class for up to 6-7 passengers to take them. We bring in our partner who has the Mercedes Sprinters. We use them whenever they're needed. So we've got a good bunch of guys working on the team.
Brilliant. And I'm just curious then, so since you've been in business for yourself and looking after the team and being at the helm of the ship, what have you learned about yourself? What's been your biggest learning as a business owner?
Management. Definitely. When you're a sole trader and you've only yourself to look after, if you make a mistake, you can slap yourself in the back of the wrist. That won't happen again. When you've got about 10, 14 drivers and they're all, someone's not happy, you've got to understand why they're not happy,
Sure.
And I'm actually taking bits and pieces from other mentors, in Northern Ireland, learning from them. I try to put that forward to the drivers that actually work with NI Chauffeurs. And, it's a family affair at the end of the day. You just don't treat, you can't treat a driver as just a number. You've got to include him in as being welcome, feeling that he wants to help work with NI Chauffeurs and he likes his job. We try to bring the taxi driver from off the street and try to not show him, but shape him into what an attractive driver should do. And look, we had black suits. We actually wanted to do something different, and we went from black suits to charcoal grey. Corporate ties, we offer the corporate clients, give us your colours, we go and get a tie. So we're representing your clients and we're representing your company too. Makes the company look good, makes the drivers feel good too.
That's cool. So it's like a wee USP where you can represent the client with your tie. That's cool. And do you think just even the simple thing of having a certain color vehicle and a certain color suit, does that help influence the team element to your drivers?
Yeah, well, I always like to put it out to the team. It's not just my decision. I like to have a collective.
Yeah.
If the majority of the drivers like it, then we'll go with it. It's not like just think of it like a co-op. The driver has their say in it. But
so everybody's bought in then.
I always like to have the final say. I'll take their decisions on board, but at the end of the day, if the majority of them wants to go down that road, I'm happy enough.
Brilliant. And so you mentioned then a couple of new strategic alliances you have on board for 2023. Just curious, what's the future look like for NI Chauffeurs, and what do you see as the main challenges moving forward?
21 was a hard year for NI Chauffeurs, as for everyone. And if you stop swimming, you'll sink. We had to keep on swimming. We had to look at different avenues, different corporate clients, like private jets coming in, corporate clientele, not only in the UK, but in Europe and across the pond in America. And we've got alliances with them. And American companies are coming into Northern Ireland and they're using a lot of us all the time now. So, yeah, building up a portfolio of our clientele base is absolutely fantastic. Where we were 2 years ago, that was a one-man band, I'm being honest, and where we are today now, we have about 16 drivers that actually work, not for me, but work with NI Chauffeurs,
Perfect. And that's phenomenal. I think you sort of touched on it earlier. It's down to your mindset. Would you say that's right?
Yeah, like if you don't care and you're expecting work to come in and it doesn't come in, you're in trouble. You have to keep pushing yourself, and that's a famous word, winners win. I know you're smiling about that one. All right. And he knows who I'm talking about.
Absolutely,
you know.
yeah. And you know what? It seems to work.
I've bought his book, and it inspires me.
Yeah.
So that's what's made me push NI Chauffeurs to the forefront. I think we're well within being the premium chauffeurs within the Belfast surrounding areas.
Yeah, I mean, it's testament to, and it's fantastic growth. That you say 2 years ago, one man band, 16 guys working with you, and it sounds like you're offering a phenomenal service. And look, Michael, I know you're really busy, and I really appreciate you taking the time out to get involved in this interview series and share your wins and some of the obstacles you've had to overcome with the rest of the community. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Scott, and thanks for the time for having me on board. Thank you.
My pleasure.